Hello friends, in today's video we're going to be servicing this Nissan Qashqai 1.2. This particular model is 2017. So just gonna start the procedure. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to drain the oil. Right, so in order to drain the oil we'll have to remove this under tray, which is secured by a couple of 10mm bolts at the front. So that's one there, one here, one here, and one there. So just gonna remove them bolts, couple of grommets and the skrivets, and then once I remove the cover I'm gonna show you the location for the oil sump. Right, there we go. Now that we have removed the under tray, so we've got the full access to the oil sump, which is just here, and the oil filter is just here. So to start off with, we're gonna drain the oil. Right, here we go. That is the location for the drain plug. So just gonna slacken it off. There we go. Right, so now we're gonna undo the oil filter housing. We're using a 27mm socket on that one. So we're gonna let the oil come out and then we're gonna remove it off completely. There we go. Right, so the oil filter we're using is the Bosch P7231. So just gonna take it out of the box. There we go. That is the oil filter with the O-ring. Right, so just gonna remove off the old O-ring. Just gonna clean the surface before I fit the new O-ring. There we go. So before I fit the housing back with the new filter, I'm gonna prime the seal. Okay, just gonna apply a little bit oil on it. Yeah, that's good enough. Right, so the way new filter goes in is like this. Just gonna push it into the slot here. There we go. So that's the new filter fully in. So now I'm gonna fit the housing. There we go. So just gonna tighten it with the ratchet. So we're using 27mm socket to tighten the housing. There we go, that's good enough. Right, here we go. Just gonna fit the drain plug back in. Make sure you fit a new copper ring. When you put the drain plug back in, there we go. That's the drain plug fully in. So now I'm gonna wipe the area off. So now I'm gonna skewer it. There we go, that's good enough. There we go friends, now that I've drained the oil, fitted a new oil filter. So I'm gonna put the cover back on under tray. So next we're gonna change the air filter, and the air filter location is just here. The way we open the air filter is we need to press these two clips and then slide this casing off. The two clips, one on this side, retaining clips, and here we go. Just gonna slide out the old air filter. It looks quite dirty. So we're using Wix air filter, and the part number is WA9788. Right, so just gonna slide the air filter in this way with this groove here at the top facing towards you. There we go, just like that. And push it all the way in, and then two clips, retaining clips, one on this side. Nice and easy. That's that done nicely. So this part here, that slides in from here. So just gonna line it up. And then gonna push it down from this side as well. That's nicely clipped in. Right, so the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna change the spark plugs on this Nissan Qashqai, and there are 4 of them. Before we undo this bolt here, there are 4 of them. We're gonna disconnect the cable harness going in. There we go, that's one. Just gonna remove this vacuum pipe from it, and then the second one, third one under here. There we go, and the fourth one. So you just press this clip at the top and they pull out easily. Again, what we need to do is to gain access to this coil pack here. We're gonna undo this clip here and remove this pipe. Just gonna put it to the side so that we can have access to the number 4 coil pack when we pull it out. So the socket we are using to remove these bolts is number 8. There we go. Just gonna undo the second bolt. Okay. The third one. And the fourth one just here. For the fourth coil pack, we're gonna use this nugget. Because we can't use a straight socket on it. There we go, that's the fourth bolt out of the way. So now we're gonna pull out each coil pack. Just gonna wiggle it. There we go. That's one. Two. Right, so for this coil pack we're going to use angled flathead screwdriver to pull it out. There we go. That's the third one. And the fourth one. There we go. Alright, so the tool we're going to use to remove the spark plugs is a 14mm thin wall socket. You could get one from eBay or from Amazon. Okay, a normal socket won't go in. Right, so just gonna undo the number one spark plug. There we go. That is the spark plug number one. Looks really bad. It looks to me that it hasn't been changed for last 50-60,000 miles or maybe more. So I'm gonna take all the spark plugs off and then I'm gonna put the new ones in. So I'm just gonna take the second one off. There we go. That's number two. Looks really bad. Just gonna remove the third one now. There we go, that's the third one. And the last one here, the fourth one. Just going to use the extension. There we go. That is the fourth spark plug out of the way. Looks really bad. Right, here we go. So we're using Denso spark plugs. So just gonna put these in one by one. Just gonna, before I put it in, just gonna match it with the old one. Yeah. So the old ones were NGK, the new ones are Denso. There we go. So this socket, it's got a magnet built in. So just gonna hand tighten it first. Just gonna place in the spark plug number two. I'm gonna torque it up once all the plugs are in place. The third one. And the fourth one. Going to use the extension. There we go. There we go. So just gonna torque up individual spark plug. That's good enough. The second one. That's good enough. The third one. Okay, that's good enough. And the fourth one. There we go. There we go, friends. That's all the spark plugs nicely tightened. So now what we're going to do is we're going to slide in individual coil pack back into the slot. Number one. Just going to plug in the harness as well. There we go. Number two. Yeah. And then just going to plug in the harness. Number three. There we go. Just going to plug in the harness connector. And the fourth one is here. There we go. Just gonna plug in the harness, the fourth one. So now we're gonna place in 8mm bolts on each coil pack. And the fourth one. It's a bit tricky. Right, so that's all the bolts fully home. So just gonna torque them up. There we go, that's good enough. Second one. The third one. And the fourth one. For fourth one we're using this knuckle. That's the fourth coil pack, nicely secured. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna fit this vacuum pipe back in. That's nicely clipped in. And then this fuel pipe, just gonna secure that. That's how it goes in. Just gonna clip it here. That's nicely secured. So there we go, that's the spark plugs nicely replaced on this Nissan Qashqai. Right, so the next thing we're gonna do is to change the pollen filter on this Qashqai, and the pollen filter location is on the left hand side of the passenger footwell. Just gonna remove two screws off from this cover. There are 2 screws to take off. Pull this cover off from here, and that is the location for the pollen filter on this Nissan Qashqai. There we go. So here is the pollen filter. I had to rip it off to remove it. Right, so here is the old filter and here is the new filter. Okay, so the part number on this filter is QFC 0417, and so it's gonna go in like this with airflow, the arrow facing towards you like this. So just gonna push that in. There we go. So just gonna slide in the new filter. So the way it goes in is like this. Okay, and then we're gonna slide it all the way in like this. And from this side, there we go, friends. That's the new pollen filter fully in. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna place in the cover. So the way cover goes in is like this. So this side first, this side first, and then that one at the top. There we go. Right, so we're gonna drive in this screw here to secure this trim. One screw goes here. There we go. That's nice and tight. So 2 screws you'll have to remove. So 2 screws you'll have to remove to take this cover off. Simple forward procedure to change the pollen filter on this Qashqai. So the last thing we're going to do is to top up the engine oil. This particular Nissan 1.2 engine takes 4.6 liters of oil. So that's what we're going to pour in. So we're going to use a funnel, and the oil we are using is Hyper fully synthetic 530 C3. So we're going to pour in 4.6 liters of oil into this car. There we go, friends. We poured in 4.6 liters of oil into the engine. It's come up to here, which is good enough.